Have you ever heard the expression, plumbers have the leakiest plumbing, mechanics drive the crappiest cars, the shoemaker's daughter goes without shoes? Well, same kind of deal here. Here is a Dimension 4700, still with its original badges. It's dusty as all hell. This is my daily use machine, and it's been a very long time since I pulled it out of where it is. Many years it's been running. It runs very hot because of a design flaw with the machine. I leave the side panel open on it, and today I was noticing a burning electronic smell from it. You can see I got to clean this thing pretty bad. Not looking very good, but this is what happens. This is what I was saying, shoemaker's daughter goes without shoes, you know. Being a guy who knows what the hell he's doing with this stuff, shouldn't be like this, but you don't bother if it works. So today I noticed like a burning electronic smell coming out of it. It's going to be Chinatronics because it's the power supply. The problem is the fan is bound up. Now this fan was making noise right after Sandy hit, but it was very cold in the house because we didn't have any heat, obviously, and it just sat and it was making noise, and then it quieted down as everything warmed up and everything was good. Last time I looked in this machine, and I don't remember when that was, I know I had one bulging capacitor, which you can see right under that ribbon cable right there, but now I'm noticing that, and that's not good. But it does still boot up, and there's another one right under the heatsink. It does still boot up. Let's open the heatsink and take a look. Keep this as one clip here. Just wiggle that out. Get it past the cables. They're all solid caps back there. So there's 3 bulging caps on this board that I know of. There's a dead TV tuner card. Well, it's not dead. It does work, but it's wow. Look, totally clogged. Shit. Alright, let me get the air compressor and blow this out. We'll unplug the hard drive just in case, because I'm not even going to hook a monitor up to it because otherwise I know it works. I just got to get that power supply fan working again. So let me get the air compressor and get this cleaned up a bit. I have the compressor turned off, and yes, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm using a little 1 gallon. But if you notice, this fan, see how it spins? Just like that. If I do it to this one, it don't want to go. So I need to take out the power supply. So this is pretty simple. There's 4 screws. I still haven't charged this battery, but it'll be fine for now. I dropped that one, but I know where it is, so no problem. Try not to drop that. Okay, good. Now, okay, power supply is out. It's just loose after that. It just slides out. Some models will have a clip here that you have to press, but this one doesn't. I took the fan out just for easier access because they ran this wire behind the shroud over here. So it's just easier that way. I'm going to disconnect the cables now. That way I can work on the supply itself easier. So let me pull all that out. Get all the cables disconnected, and we'll open the supply up. Okay, there's a number of screws we need to take out now. These 2, and I'm sure around it there's others. Those 2, and then I think it slides out of there. I may have to cut that cable tie. Looks like I probably will. And then we'll pop it open. Okay, don't open your power supply up, because the capacitors in here, especially these big ones right here, can pack enough charge to knock you into next Thursday. I am fortunate in that I don't see any bulging capacitors in here. There's some of that white glop that's from the factory, but we came for the fan. So we got 4 more screws to take out. These screws bite into the plastic of the fan, I may have to remove this board also to get enough room to get it out. If I go and spin that, it should spin nice and free, but it doesn't. So this fan is bound up. Now most people would say, well, just replace it. And first of all, like I said before, don't go in your power supply and do this. The second thing is, most people are going to say, just replace it. If you go and fix it, it's going to break again. No, it'll probably run better than a new one. So I just have to figure out how to turn this the right way. That'll be good. And this sticker needs to come off. So we'll peel it. You should try to save the integrity of it, because that will help later. So we have that. And this one is different from the others that I have worked on. So I'm going to just try putting some oil right in there and see if that'll free it up. There's some oil in there. I'll leave that soak for a bit. I think it's soaked a bit. And now you're going to turn the fan by hand. And immediately I feel it freeing up a lot nicer than it was. So at this point, what I like to do is alternate between an air compressor to blow the blades of the fan, because it's certainly, you can see it's not spinning right yet, but it's spinning a lot looser than it was before. Alternate between another drop of oil and an air compressor to blow the blades for a bit, and back and forth 2 or 3 times. Okay, I don't really have enough hands, but if you look, I'll try to blow it just slightly. No, that didn't work. Try again. Now, is it still a little tight for my liking? Yeah. Maybe I'll put another drop of oil in there, and then we'll put it back together. The best thing to do is, after you put it back together, just to let it run, and then everything should be good. So I'm going to button this back up. We got to put the sticker back on there, shimmy it back down, put in the 4 screws, and put this board back over here with its 2 screws, and then put the cover back on, which was 4 screws, and mount it up in the system with another 4 screws and recable everything. Okay, supplies back in, all back together. Now, Dell had cable tied all these cables up to it. Personally, I just think those damn cable ties get in the way. So I'm just going to plug everything back in, a little 4-pin jobber, the 24-pin over there, and hard drive power, 2 opticals, and the floppy, because real computers have floppy drives. Okay, everything's cabled up, fan's back. We're good. Plug that in. Hit the power button. Okay, powered on by itself, no problem. Just for a moment. Right, that's normal. Now we'll power it on. And looky there, it's running. That's it. All back together, all works, all done. That fan's running as well. Everything's good. And now I just got to bring it back and plug everything else back into it, and, you know, get back to answering YouTube comments and stuff. And that means that it couldn't find the hard drive because I left that disconnected because I was going to be powering it on and off. I'm going to leave it chooch for a couple of minutes here while I just put away the air compressor in that. And that's it. So anyway, that was how you repair a fan on a desktop computer. This happened to be the one in the power supply, but it could be any other fan. It doesn't really matter the size. Typically the 60 millimeter, 80 millimeter, which that size is, 92 millimeter and 120 millimeter fans will all have that sticker and a very similar way of oiling it. This fan is not causing any trouble, so there's no cause for concern and no real need to oil it. If that fan causes trouble, I'll know. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.